What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 High Country. Huge thank you to Paul.vanhorn over at Koons, Tysons, Chevy, Buick, GMC for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Silverado High Country or any GM product with the exception of Cadillac, I'll be sure to have Paul's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. Well, the sun is on its way down and it's gonna start getting chilly. So just like usual, first we're gonna talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 High Country. And this particular one has been painted in sterling gray metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying the Silverado sees a few changes for the 2024 model year, including new color options and an optional midnight edition for the High Country, which is essentially a blackout package. Other than that, there are a couple other changes, none of which pertain to the High Country. So as standard with the High Country, you get LED headlights with IntelliBeam, as well as LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and LED fog lights. You may notice just beneath your headlights, you will find some gloss black trim, as well as venting that vents air around the vehicle to, hopefully make it a little bit more aerodynamic. And then taking a step back, this is what the center of the front end looks like on the High Country. So with the grille, you get a mix of satin chrome and gray for your bar style grille. So you can see this is the satin chrome, this is the gray, this is the satin chrome. You get the High Country embossed into the upper right hand side of your grille. You get your Chevy bow tie at the center, and then coming down just a little bit more, you can see that forward-facing camera. That forward-facing camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that you get as standard with the High Country, and it also comes with a camera washer. Coming down just a little bit more, you get a body color front bumper with 4 integrated parking sensors. You also get a satin chrome valance up here. You get 2 chrome frame mounted recovery hooks. And then this being the little baby Duramax, you get an engine block heater right about there. And that kind of about does it for what we got going on up here at the front end. But I did want to mention that you do get 8.1 inches of ground clearance. I just did a video with a Denali Ultimate Sierra 1500, and that had the same ground clearance. But this being the Duramax, you get the chrome Duramax lettering on your hood. And then obviously this being the High Country, you get the chrome High Country fender badging. This particular High Country, however, has been optioned with the $900 adaptive ride control suspension, which is essentially exactly what it says, an adaptive suspension. And then this vehicle has also been optioned with the $7,090 High Country Premium 2 package, which gives you these 22-inch painted aluminum wheels with the chrome insert. And these wheels are wrapped in 275/50 Bridgestone Alenza all-season 02 tires. We'll give you a view of the tread pattern on those tires there real quick. Here's a view of the wheel face, and if you don't get the $7,000 High Country Premium 2 package, you have quite a few wheel options to choose from other than these and the ones you get as standard. Coming up, as standard with the High Country, you do get rain sensing wipers as well as these satin chrome mirror caps. Side view mirrors also include perimeter lighting, and as standard, these side view mirrors are heated, power folding. The driver's side mirror is auto dimming. You also get memory functions. So not only do you get memory seat functions for your driver's seat, your steering wheel, you also get memory seat functions for your side view mirrors as well, and you get 2 memory seat adjustment settings that also again include your side view mirrors. You also get your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then coming down here, you have the camera. Again, that camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that comes standard with the High Country, and you also get a puddle light to the left of that. Now let's do a little side profile shot. I apologize about the lighting. If I stand in the sun where the truck would look best, then my shadow would be kind of ruining the shot, hence why I'm not standing that way. But up top here, you get a body color shark fin antenna. You get satin chrome window trim at the bottom of your windows, but then you get to the chrome door handles. You also get the chrome door trim that says Silverado on the front 2 doors only. And again, this vehicle has been optioned with the High Country Premium 2 package, which gives you power running boards. So when you open up the door, the running boards do come out. And I do believe you can kick right here and the running boards will kick back this way and making it a little bit easier to step into the bed and grab something. So now you can see they've come back. Now gives me easy bed access to the front of the bed so I can grab something. And then once I need to close those right back up, all I gotta do is kick on that button and they go right back into position. That's actually very useful and a nice feature without having to have that ugly bed step up here. This being the diesel, obviously it's asking for low sulfur diesel fuel only, but you do get a capless filler neck and you add your def right next to that. Up top here with the High Country, you get a power sliding rear window as standard. You also do get obviously a rear window defroster. This vehicle has been optioned with the High Country Premium 2 package, which gives you the digital rear view mirror. And the camera on the left is your digital rear view camera or mirror camera. And then to the one on the right is your cargo camera. I believe the cargo camera comes standard with the High Country. Now coming here to the rear suspension, you have your leaf spring setup, and then you also do get the adaptive dampers back here as well. And then let me give you a rear 3/4 shot of what this thing looks like here from the back. That is what she looks like. You do get LED taillights as standard with the High Country. And then here is a little booty shot. That's what she looks like back here. So at the center of your tailgate, you have your backup camera. You also have those 2 buttons and a hitch light. Those 2 buttons are there because this vehicle's been optioned with the $260 multi-flex tailgate. So this bottom button is going to drop the entire tailgate. But if I click the top button, that only is going to open up the top portion of the tailgate. But one thing that you can do is you can click the bottom button first, then click the top button, and then all of it will open up. And this also turns into a step, making it a little bit easier to step in and out of the bed. And if the step isn't enough, there's also a grab handle that you can grab onto and step up and pull yourself up into the bed if you are, you know, maybe disabled or whatever, harder to get into the bed and stuff. If you're maybe older, I don't want to say that, but I had to say it. But you do get LED cargo lighting back here also as standard. You get 3 tie down hooks in each corner of the bed, so for a total of 12. You also get a 120 volt bed outlet here as standard with the High Country. And then you can see you get the spray and bed liner. I didn't notice that spray in bed liner was an option on the window sticker, but it might be a dealer installed option. But I would assume that spray on bed liner does come standard with the High Country, but I am assuming, I'm not 100% sure. I just did a video with the Denali Ultimate, and you see these things right here. On the Denali Ultimate, all of these pieces were to add to your kicker sound system, but it's basically very good for tailgating. And the reason I'm bringing up the Denali Ultimate is because, you know, last year's pricing of the High Country was actually rather low, and I thought it was a steal. But now they've raised the price on the High Country, and for another like 10 grand or 9 grand, you can get a Denali Ultimate. So if you want to check out that video, I'll have that linked in the description as well as the upper right hand section of the video right now. But you can see you got your bow tie, you got your chrome badging, you have your body color corner step bumper, you get 4 integrated parking sensors back here as well as a dual exhaust system. You also get trailer camera provisions here. You get a 7-pin connector beneath that. If you pop this off, you stuck your physical key in there, that will drop or give you access to your spare tire underneath there. You also get a trailer hitch. You get a 323 rear axle ratio. You get an auto locking rear differential. You get a 2-speed transfer case, and the max payload capacity is 1,377 pounds, and the max tow capacity is 9,000 pounds. So this is a very, very capable truck, even here with the Duramax. And the one thing that's really good about the Duramax, while it may not be quite as fast as the 6.2 liter or the 5.3 liter, it is the most economical when it comes to fuel economy. So that is a massive plus to the Duramax. Plus it's got plenty of low end torque, and as you may be able to tell, 9,000 pound max tow capacity, it is also very capable as well. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the optional $795 3-liter Duramax turbo diesel that makes 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 6.9 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 23 miles per gallon in the city, 27 miles per gallon on the highway for 24 miles per gallon combined with 4-wheel drive. If you're looking for fuel economy, the Duramax is the way to go. If you're looking for performance, the 6.2 liter is the way to go. And if you don't want to spend any extra money on an engine, then the 5.3 liter is the way to go. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. I do put a lot of time and effort into making these videos, so if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything from the video thus far, please just take a second to give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, as well as hit that subscribe button. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. But only do those 3 things if you're actually enjoying the video. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press on this button right here, and the vehicle will unlock. You can press that very same button again, and the vehicle will lock back up. You can see those power running boards. Those power running boards come a part of the High Country Premium 2 package, but I also wanted to walk you through a couple of the functions on the key fob, as well as what the key fob itself looks like. So the majority of the key fob is satin black. You get some chrome trim, but when it comes to the functions on the key fob, you get your unlock and your lock functions, your tailgate drop function, your panic function, and your remote start function. To remote start the vehicle, all you have to do is press this button twice, and the Duramax will fire up. But now let's take a look at what we got going on here with the interior on the High Country. This is what your seats look like. This is the jet black leather upholstery. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our door panel. So up top here, you get some vinyl wrapping, then you get some wood grain trim, some satin chrome trim, satin chrome looking door handle, your unlock and your lock functions, 2 memory seat adjustment settings. You also get your High Country badge right there. Then you get your side view mirror controls. That is to restrict your passenger window privileges. This is going to power fold in or out your side view mirrors. You get automatic up and down front windows, but you only get automatic down windows in the back. You get a leather wrapped armrest that is nicely padded. You get some of that High Country specific accent colored stitching in brown. Then this vehicle does come with the 7-speaker Bose sound system that sounds awesome, by the way. You get some miscellaneous storage space down here, and then you could set 2 cup holders there if you wanted to. You get the brushed aluminum High Country badge. You get 10-way power adjustable front seats. And by the way, these seats are heated and ventilated. And then you get the High Country sewn into the headrests, only on the front 2 headrests though. But stepping on into the interior, it is much warmer in here than it is out there. So this is what the startup screen looks like. I'll give you a little view. Pretty cool. And then it says High Country, and you get the Chevy bow tie on that side. I would go through that a little bit faster, but I wanted to show you what that looks like because it is pretty cool. Maybe gimmicky, but I think it's cool. Now coming over to here, this is going to engage or disengage your parking brake. You do get that 2-speed transfer case. So this is 4-wheel automatic, 4 high, 4 low, and 2 high. This is your drive mode selector. It's going to go throughout this little thing that's going to tell me. I don't really care. This is your drive mode selector. So if you twist it to the right, put you into sport mode. All the way to the right is off-road mode, and if you click on that button, that is going to put you into tow haul mode, and it lets you know what drive mode you're in over there in the tachometer. I'll get into that in a second. This is to turn your perimeter lighting system on or off. This is to turn your cargo lighting on or off in the bed. These 2 buttons are to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster, as well as your backlit buttons. Then you have your headlight control knobs. Right now that's headlights automatic, parking lights on, headlight on, and then pushing on that is going to turn the fog lights on or off. Coming up just a little bit, this vehicle again has been optioned with the High Country Premium 2 package, which gives you the head-up display system. So those are your head-up display controls. I'll get into that here in a bit, but with the High Country, you do get a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So if I push this, the steering wheel will come towards me. I can push it away from you, and then you can also move it up and down. Now, zooming back out, let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like here on the High Country. But not only is this your turn signal control stock, this is also your windshield wiper control stock, and the button on the end of the stock is to turn your IntelliBeam automatic high beams on or off. pressing on that is going to wash the windshield as well as your front camera. Zooming back out, you get a leather wrapped steering wheel. This steering wheel is heated, and you may see that thing on the top of the steering wheel as well as that thing right there. So again, this vehicle has been optioned with the High Country Premium 2 package for $7,090. It actually is a little bit discounted on the Chevy website, but that does give you Super Cruise, and Super Cruise is an level 2 autonomous driving system. So basically the vehicle will drive itself down the highway without you having to put your hands on the wheel. So a very awesome system. I don't know if we're gonna be able to test that out in today's video. I doubt it. But anyways, you also do get steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. You get your downshift paddle on the left. You get your upshift paddle on the right. And then also on the left-hand side of the steering wheel on the back side, you have your tuning controls. And then on the right-hand side of the steering wheel on the back, you have your volume controls. Now, again, just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen to the horn. That is what the horn sounds like. And then again, with this vehicle optioned with the High Country Premium 2 package, you have your basically like adaptive cruise control settings on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. And then on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, you have that button to speak to the vehicle as well as pick up on a phone call. That is to hang up on a phone call. And then this scroll knob as well as these two buttons here are to control your 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. I'm gonna pull up over there into the shade so you have a little bit better of a view of what I'm talking about with these screens, because otherwise the sun kind of ruins the view. But if I come to about right here, we get a little bit better view of the screen. So yeah, this is what the digital gauge cluster looks like. You get the speedometer on the left, tachometer on the right, compass, drive mode, that is the digital speedometer readout, the fuel range, the fuel gauge, the coolant temperature gauge. And to go throughout that screen, you can scroll down. It's going to bring you into your drive summary stuff, your trip 1, trip 2, timer, tire pressure stuff, driver assistance, oil life, brake pad life, air filter life, fuel filter life, diesel exhaust fluid thing right there. Then you get your blank page, info page options. And then if I click over to the right by clicking on that button, it's going to bring me into my media stuff, which is basically AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio. Then you have your compass. I'm just clicking over to the right. Then you have your phone stuff, and then display layout. So I can go in between a couple different display layouts. Like this is classic. Now we're switching into progressive. It's basically gonna, you know, just change whatever you see. Coming down one more, this is the digital screen. I couldn't think of the words to describe it, but this is the digital screen, and then the clean screen is just your digital speedometer readout, and that's basically all you see. But going back into classic, you can adjust what you see there, and down there. So I can go back one more time, go into left side information. So I can adjust that to a time and temperature, tire pressure stuff, fuel economy stuff, trans fluid stuff, or nothing. Right now it's on compass, and I can do the same thing on that side. And I can do the same thing on the bottom as well. So there. So those three different things you can change, you know, what you see. But yeah, that's kind of about it for that screen. I don't want to spend too much time on that. Coming over to here, you get some good storage space. You could set a tape measure or pens or something like that up top there. And then coming down just a little bit, this is your 13.4-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. But I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. Coming back over to here, you can see the head-up display stuff. It's displaying some driver assistance stuff, the digital speedometer readout, and again, this comes a part of the High Country Premium 2 package. And here are your head-up display controls. I can move the head-up display up and down by the control all the way here on the left. This is going to switch the different information I see on the screen. So now I see the compass, now I see my pitch and roll stuff and the digital speedometer readout, and now that's just the digital speedometer readout. And those are the three screens you can adjust with the head-up display system, and then you can also obviously adjust the brightness of the head-up display system. But moving back into our infotainment system, basically this is your Google Assistant button. So if you said like, hey Google, then it's gonna help you. So I don't want anything, Google, thank you. So that's basically the trigger word, and then Google will do what you want it to do. But anyway, if you didn't want to just say what I just said, you could click that button there and it does the same thing. And then these are all your different shortcut buttons, like your home button. It's going to shortcut you into your media button right there, shortcut you into your navigation stuff, phone stuff, trailer stuff. And then this is what one of your screens looks like. You can go into your camera system. This is your bed camera. If I click there, click right here, this is going to pop up my forward facing camera and my 360-degree view camera system. Then that's the front view. That is a rear view. This is a side view, another side view of the tires. Then you get your hitch view. Personally for me, this is the screen that I like to leave it on. And then if you swiped over to this side, you can bring your climate control stuff on that screen. That is what that looks like up top there. And then we can go back. And then you got a Wi-Fi hotspot. This is a Wi-Fi hotspot capable vehicle. So if you got kids, your kids go on road trips with you, they can connect their iPads, their laptops, their iPods, so on and so forth to the vehicle, and the vehicle will basically be the Wi-Fi hotspot. Then you got your Google Podcast, Google News, Amazon Alexa, My Chevrolet. You can set service appointments. And then this is a split screen. You can see your map stuff, or you could see audio stuff, trailer stuff, or a clock. And then up top there, you have the ambient exterior temperature and the current time. And one other thing is that you do get a physical home button down here to control the screen, and then you also get a physical volume control knob. This is your lane keeping stuff, on or off, lane keeping system on or off, parking sensors on or off, auto stop start system on or off. This is to drop the tailgate. This is your hazard button. This is your traction control on or off button, and then this button is going to roll down all 4 of your interior windows. Then you get your push button start button. You get an integrated trailer brake controller as standard with the High Country. You do get dual zone climate control, and the climate temperatures do read out on those controls there. You do get heated and ventilated seats, both with 3 levels of adjustability. One thing that's interesting about GM vehicles is that you can either heat your back only, or you can heat your back and your butt, and you get 3 levels of adjustability. You get your ventilated seat button, you get a heated steering wheel with 1 level of adjustability. And then coming over to this side, you get a USB-A port, you get a USB-C port, you get a little bit of storage space down in here. You could set a key fob or whatever rando items you want to set in there. You could also set your key fob or your phone right here. I'll show you what the phone looks like in that spot. So you can set your phone there. Then you get 2 cup holders. You could also set a key fob here if you wanted to. This is your gear shift selector. And then you also do get a wireless charging pad as standard with the High Country, which goes down in there. And once your phone is charging on the wireless charging pad, you get that green lightning bolt there on the phone, on the infotainment system, letting you know that your phone is charging. You get the same green lightning bolt there as well. Here's kind of a closer view of that. And then this is your leather wrapped armrest. It is nicely padded, and when you open it up, it reveals a divider. You could set your business cards over there, maybe some hand sanitizer here, rando items in the center. And pulling that back out, you get a household power outlet down in here. You get a USB-A port, you get a USB-C port, you also get an LED light, and I would say you probably get about 8 to 10 inches of depth with that divider out. However, if you put that divider back in, you're back down to, I don't know, probably about 6 inches of stuff that you can put in there. Let me move my backpack out of the way, close that back up. Then you get an upper glove box that is like covered in wood grain trim. You get a decent amount of storage space in there. I'd say you could probably maybe fit 8 to 12 sausage McMuffins if you really tried. And then you get a lockable lower glove box. You can fit your owner's manual, your napkins, your straws, your utensils, your snacks, you know, the essentials in the glove box. At least that's what I got in my glove box. And then up top here, again, with the High Country Premium 2 package, you do get the digital rear view mirror. And this is the digital rear view mirror. Let's say you really like the spec on this particular High Country, and this is the exact High Country you want to buy because you're in this area, right? Well, number one, mention 703 speed when you buy it. But if you don't like the digital rear view mirror, you can flip this forward, and now it's just going to behave like an auto dimming rear view mirror would. So now you can just see it's a regular mirror. However, I personally really like the digital rear view mirror because it rids you of your blind spot. So a couple things you can do with the digital rear view mirror. If I click this button here, you can adjust the brightness and or dimness of the digital rear view mirror. Click this button again. You can zoom out, you can zoom in, or I like to zoom out, and then you can click this one more time. You can move the orientation down, you can move the orientation back up. Personally, for me, I like the orientation all the way down. I just think that it works best with considering how high the camera is mounted on the vehicle. But again, I really like the digital rear view mirror because it rids you of your blind spot. So not only do you have the blind spot monitoring, this helps out with the blind spot. And then up top here, you got your OnStar stuff, passenger airbag on or off stuff. Both of the lights are LED. And then with the High Country Premium 2 package, you get the power sunroof. So here are your sunroof sliding controls. Here are the sunroof tilt controls. You get a universal garage door opener. And then this is what the sunroof looks like. It's not a full pano roof. It's just like a sunroof from here to here. Again, it does slide and tilt. And then also, as standard with the High Country, you have this thing right here, and that is to open your rear window. And then you can close the rear window, obviously, with that same thing. Then here you could set any small paper product. You can open this thing up and you get this paper right here. Just kidding. But you do get a vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights, and then the visor itself does slide forwards and backwards. And it actually goes, I noticed this in the Denali Ultimate, it goes way further back than any other vehicle I think I've tested. Like, look how far back that goes. That goes really, really far back, and that's very nice when the sun is in those awkward positions, you know, like over here. But then up top here, you get an OPU panel. The A-pillar on that side also gets an OPU panel. I did the Denali Ultimate right before this. The Denali Ultimate had some nice leather wrapping around the OPU panels. Not that that really matters, but it's just a nice little touch on the Denali Ultimate. And then one more thing is down here, you get a little bit of storage space. I'm not sure how well it's coming up on camera, but you get the same thing on that side. You can set your phone down in there if that's what you wanted to do. But a couple things I wanted to go over. I wanted to go over a couple things that you get as standard with the High Country. So you get the 7-speaker Bose sound system, the 10-way power front seats with the power lumbar, and the front seats are also heated and ventilated. You also get a heated steering wheel. You get heated outboard second row seats, so that seat gets heated. This seat gets heated. The middle seat is not heated. And then you also get the wireless charging pad as standard, the Wi-Fi hotspot, 360-degree view camera system. Now I'm going to throw the entire window sticker on screen, and you can take a look at everything you get as standard, a couple options this vehicle has, but I am just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 Silverado 1500 High Country is spec'd is $76,365. I know that is expensive, but even at that price, I think that's a pretty decent deal considering this vehicle has pretty much every option on it. I don't necessarily like the way that these wheels look, but you can always put an aftermarket wheel on it. Plus, Chevy's got tons, I think, of wheel options that you can get with the High Country. At least they do with the RST. They got like literally 10 wheel options with the RST. Let's take a look at what we got going on here in these rear seats. Again, you get automatic down windows, and the windows do go all the way down. Then you get some wood grain trim, some satin chrome trim, satin chrome door handle, leather wrapped and padded armrest with some of that brown accent colored stitching, miscellaneous storage space, a spot you can set a water bottle. You get the fancy speaker back here, and then this is what these rear seats look like. With the High Country Premium 2 package, you do get these all-weather floor mats. I forgot to mention that in the front seats, but you can fold these seats up. It is a 60-40 split. You get some partition storage space. You could set some jumper cables, some ratchet straps, maybe a toe strap or something like that. But folding these back down, literally all you do is you pull back down on them and they drop. Then you get some storage space in here. You can set a tape measure or whatever you want to hide in here. You know, stuff like that, tape measure size. You could probably fit like, I don't know, 8 tape measures in there if you stacked them. Then this is what the rear seats look like. Stepping on in, these make it life very easy in combination with this. But closing that door back up top here, you get a spot you can set your dry cleaning. You get the same thing on that side. You get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. You get a seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. Up top here, you get 2 cup holders. Heated outboard second row seats both get 3 levels of adjustability. Then you also get 2 HVAC vents, a USB-A port, and a USB-C port. You get a center fold down armrest with 2 cup holders, and then you get some rando storage space at the center. I said this is the 3rd time saying rando in this video. I don't really say that often, but for some reason in this video I am saying it. You get a nicely padded armrest. Then you have your dome lights up top there, and when it comes to leg and knee room, I've got a ton of it. I am 5'9", and I am adjusted behind myself. Here's another view of what that looks like. And then when it comes to headroom, I also have a ton of headroom left over as well, and these seats are very comfortable here in the rear. But you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior of the High Country. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video. Take a listen. The Duramax accelerates very, very well. It's actually quicker than you would expect it to be with it being a diesel. You know what I mean? It's actually very quick. And if you look at the tachometer, it actually revs up higher than you would expect it to as well. It goes up to like 5,500 RPM, which is pretty impressive for a diesel. You know, diesels usually, you know, max out at maybe about 4,000 RPM. I guess this is a smaller one, so. But yeah, this thing cruises very nicely. It's got great low end torque. Obviously, it being a diesel, it's going to have that low end torque. And yeah, it does sound like a diesel, but it's not like obnoxious. It is not like an obnoxious sounding diesel, but it does have that diesel sound to it, obviously. And if you get on it just ever so slightly, you can also hear a little bit of turbo whistle as it spools up, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing that I think is awesome is that the High Country can be optioned with Super Cruise. I like how GM didn't make, you know, Super Cruise a thing specific to like the Denali or the Denali Ultimate Sierra, and then like Cadillac products. They also made it, you know, accessible to those who want a Chevy and save, you know, 10 grand over a Denali or Denali Ultimate. So I like how they did incorporate, at least as an option, Super Cruise on the Silverado High Country. So that's definitely nice. Now, when it comes to the interior, this is actually a really nice interior, and these seats themselves are also very comfortable. I almost feel like GM or Chevy, as well as, actually I would say GM, because the GMC Denali Ultimate I was just in also had very, very comfortable seats. I'd say those are a little bit more comfortable than these. However, these seats are also very comfortable, and I feel like GM added a little bit more padding to the new Silverados and stuff, because these feel more padded than years prior when it comes to the Silverado seats. So that's definitely a win, and that's something that I was always saying, like, you know, GM were kind of known for their firm seats, whereas these are nice and padded. So these definitely get a pass in my book, and I could definitely see myself doing a long road trip in these seats. Now, this one with the adaptive suspension, let's say I put it into sport mode, the suspension is going to tighten up and it is going to become more firm going over bumps and stuff like that, but that is supposed to help with handling going around turns. And just take a listen to what this thing sounds like accelerating. I'm gonna let that car get ahead a little bit and just give you a sound of, here, listen. Very good low end torque. I mean, you can feel that that's almost nearly 500 pound-feet of torque just at about, you know, 1300 RPM. That's really when you feel it, like here. Just very, you just tap the pedal and then it starts to go. You know, obviously this being a diesel, it's making all of its power low end, and it makes quite a bit less power top end, you know, 495 torque, 305 horsepower. So it kind of will like fall off on the top end because it's not building or making as much power on the top end as it is down low. But the good thing about that, making power down low, is that you don't have to get higher up into the RPMs, meaning that you are going to get better fuel economy, just, you know, keeping the RPMs low. And that is one thing about the Duramax. If you are, you know, contemplating which engine option to get with the Silverado, the 5.3, the 6.2, or the Duramax is best for fuel economy. The 6.2 is best for high performance applications, or just, you know, somebody who wants to just, you know, go fast. And the 5.3 is best for not having to spend that much money and just for being reliable. The 5.3 is a solid engine, very basic. It gets decent fuel economy. It sounds good, and it's also the base engine here on the High Country trim level. So it goes 5.3 base. 3 liter is the next step up, the Duramax, which is what this is, and the 6.2 liter is the top dog engine option when it comes to the High Country trim level. Now I'm going to do a nice little acceleration for you. Nobody is behind me, so I'm going to go down to, you know, about 0 miles an hour and just do like a standard acceleration. And one thing about the 10-speed is the 10-speed keeps this low in the RPMs, but also just in the power band of the diesel, which is nice. So the 10-speed works well with this. There can be some awkward shifts sometimes with the 10-speed, and I've noticed that not only with Chevys, but also with Fords that basically use the same transmission. But overall, very comfortable vehicle. You know, good car, good truck for the money. If you're looking for basically like a luxury SUV with a truck bed, this is kind of what that is. You know what I mean? It's not quite as plush as the Denali Ultimate. Obviously, the Denali Ultimate is going to cost you an additional $9,000 to $11,000 more, depending on spec. But you know, if you want to save that money, the High Country is a great option for what you get. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. That's a Denali Ultimate HD. It looks awesome. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please just take a second, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. So I'd appreciate it if you do those 3 things, but only if you enjoyed the video. But again, that's it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.